Hello, good people. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on. Y'all ever thought about your will? You know the word WILL. And God gave all of us free will. Well, Spirit been in here dealing with me about free will. And if you follow my channel, you know, we look at words as people, words as they are alive. We stick it to the Bible code. You know what I'm saying? The words created the world. So these words ain't just some lines on a piece of paper. God actually talks to himself. He actually communicates with the words that come from him. And we are created by those very words. We're full of them. They everywhere. And how you use the word and follow the word, you gotta listen to the word. Listen to the word. Listen to what the word means. And you can hear it if you look at it in a spiritual sense. If you take the flesh off of everything with our physical selves and just listen to the word free will. Do you know Spirit told me that the report that God get from us, like the report on us, how good we did on earth, our good stuff, our good deeds, our works, well, you know, everything about you, it's coming from your will. When people die, don't you get a will when they will you something? Man, that word will is deep. It mean a lot of stuff, y'all. And I'm finna touch on a couple of things that the word WILL mean, especially with the word FREE in front of it. Okay. Somebody leave you something when they love you and they care about you and they want to see you do better after they gone, meaning they really care and thought about you, right? So they leave you something, and by law, somebody has to read that will to make it legal in order for you to get the possessions that this person left behind. Well, you the person that's leaving the stuff behind for yourself. You're the person that go to the thought world and bring that stuff over here. But what do you bring over here? The stuff that's read in the will. And the will is what you will for yourself. What do you desire for yourself? What makes you happy? Now, will is also doing stuff, right? Being active. What you will, what wilt thou do? Meaning, what are you doing with your will, with your free thinking self? Your consciousness is not locked up. You might can look at some stuff and be stuck on some stuff and be programmed, but you got moments in time where you're not thinking about that stuff. Like your thinking and your consciousness is free to do and think whatever it chooses. It can create whatever images that it want to create. You can think about whatever the heck you want to think about. Can't nobody come in there and tell you you better stop thinking. Good luck with that one. So your will is your thinking. Because why do you do the stuff that you do? Because you think you need to do it, right? We act on thinking, right? We act on thoughts. So what are you doing with your will, your ability, your power, your free power? Meaning you doing this crap on your own. You doing whatever you doing because you think it make you look good. You think you need to do it. Whatever purpose you serving for, you using your will for something. But just know, God has to be able to translate you. Didn't it say Enoch was translated? Meaning nobody didn't see him no more. Then my imagination from all the stuff I done seen, Enoch turned into a book. Enoch turned into a whole bunch of words. And what's left behind from Enoch? The books of Enoch, right? So God translated Enoch, meaning Enoch's free will was so good, meaning he did all that good stuff on his own. God didn't tell him to. He did it because it felt good to him. He did it because it was his nature. He did it because it was normal and it was natural to him. God can thrive in a habitat like that. When God look into you, he reading you. And if he don't like the words that's coming from you, he can taste them. He can smell them. He will spew them out of his mouth, or he'll turn his nose. All our words are like smoke. It's like an incense. Didn't it say when praises go up? Well, what's going up when you praising? Your words, your essence, your smell, your feel, your essence, your frequency, your vibration, everything that you truly are without this skin. Go with me now. Will. What will doubt? What wilt thou? What will you do with your freedom? What will you do with your will? How will you dress up your will? What is in your will? Well, your will be lashing out on people. Your will be blessing people. Your will be talking some sense into people, and sometimes your will can destroy some people. So what are you doing with your force, with your life force, with your influence? See, all this stuff you can't see. All this stuff you can't see is what's really tripping us up. All this stuff you can't see is what's confusing us. But God can see it. You know why? Because it's a word. It's a word. How you think God know everything? Because everything is a word. God is nothing but word. He told you in the beginning was the word. It was with me. It was in my mouth. It was around me. It was there from the beginning of time. And how did God disperse himself into us? He broke himself down in word form, right? So through the words you could find God. Through the words you could feel God. Just which words you choosing? Which words do you choose to meditate on? But oh my God, with their free will, I hope you ain't wasting your free will, your ability to choose what's best for you, what's not good for you. He leave it up to you, but you got a choice whether you want to go rogue or not. You got a choice whether you want to go off on somebody or not. You got a choice whether you want to feel better, even though the situation is so freaking jacked up and you feel like all kind of freaking daggers is just hitting you. Well, that's your physical. That's your body feeling it. Them your, the nerves and stuff inside of you. Well, you got free will to keep on thinking about it, keep on dwelling on it, or to get up and go do something else, to get out of your environment, to change the scenery, to do something else. You even have a free will to let it go. You got a free will to be stronger than that pain. You got a free will to overcome any situation. That's why he said you are overcomer. He said you going over, not under. He said you're the lender and not the borrower. See, we keep thinking we the people that's picking the cotton, right? But God said, if only my people would know, the people riding the horses and the chariots are the ones that's supposed to be picking the cotton. Y'all get in line, get in your place. Think about your will. God will read your freedom. Can you imagine God having a conversation with your freedom? What all you done did in your private time when ain't nobody looking? Yeah, your freedom is looking. Your freedom is taking notes because you can't do it without freedom. So God is going to talk to your freeness, that is connected to your will, your doing, your action, your believing, your purpose. Y'all, when I thought about will, hair stood up on the back of my neck. I felt that word. I felt the vibration. I said, oh Lord, when you look into me, will you see unforgiveness? Will you see spite? Will you see hate? What will you see when you look at me? Y'all, I'm so glad I'm the way I am, because in my opinion, I think I'm okay. But you don't never supposed to think you all that. You know what I'm saying? But if I feel like I've done a lot of work on myself, and I done cleaned the area and cleaned out the house. And guess what? I did that with my freedom and with my will. Y'all, what are you doing with your will? What are you doing with your freedom? Are you taking your free will, because you willing to do anything you choose to do? Are you opposing it on somebody else? Are you forcing it on somebody else? Are you projecting it on somebody else? Are you the one that's holding people captive? Are you the slave master? Are you the one that's destroying other people's dreams because your will is to do that? Check your will. Check your will. Your will tell on you. Your will gonna have a conversation with God. God ain't got to read no paper now. God ain't got no paper up there. God reads souls. God read minds. God read hearts. God read vibrations. God read frequency. This why you can't lie. God is the ultimate lie detector, y'all. Where you think the energy came from the lie detector? It came from him. So your freedom of choice, he's hoping that you use your free will to choose good for yourself. He's hoping that you use your free will to do good for somebody else. He don't even care if you don't want to believe in him. Because y'all know that Bible say, Jesus said, if you don't believe me, at least believe the works that I do. These works got actions behind them. These works is creating some big old tidal waves of blessings, some healings, and some good stuff is going on. You can't deny that when I did that, this didn't happen. You can't deny when I said that this didn't come true. It's your will. Oh God, Lord Jesus. What are you doing with your will? Are you wasting time with your will? Are you making your will useful? Your will is who you are. Your will is what you are about. Your will is your actions. And he's hoping that you will use your free will to choose good. When them negative thinking thoughts come in, no matter the situation, y'all, will you use your free will to go over there and feel worse? Will you help the insulter keep on insulting you? Will you help the person that got their foot in your neck press even harder? Because if we focus there with them, if we believe them, we might as well have a foot on our own neck. We might as well unalive ourselves with them. You know what I'm saying? Help them unalive ourselves. So what are you doing with your will? A lot of y'all feel stuck, trapped, and abandoned because you have not let your will be free. Some of y'all let other people tell you what your will is, what your will does. And you sit up there and fall for it, even though your frequency and your vibration is like, this ain't us, this ain't it. You force your free will to fit somebody else's scenario. You force your free will to fit somebody else's shoes that don't even fit you. You force your free will to wear somebody's clothes that's too small or too big for you. They'll never be just right. What are you doing with your will? When God looks into you, is he gonna like what he finds? Is he going to like what he read? I hope y'all following my channel. Remember, I put a video up. Go search it. If you love me, go search it. But I got visuals of a Asian movie where this man was a mage. He was a writer. And he was looking for inspiration. People couldn't wait till his books came out. They was wondering why his books was so freaking impactful and so exciting and so good, to the point where they just couldn't wait till the next episode came out. Dude was opening up heaven's door, which is here. This is heaven's door. These people's faces was opening up, and it was a book. He was taking his pen when he was reading these people's stories and stuff he didn't like. He was scratching it out and changing it. That is a will. God will read your will. Don't let somebody else take their magic pen and scratch your stuff out and write what they want. So when God reads your story, you ain't got no story, right? That God ain't studying that mess them other people wrote. You know what I'm saying? God gonna see what he see, but you will. You'll experience it. You'll start living out what somebody else wrote. Because let me tell you, the fake person, God don't know. The fake person, God don't got nothing to do with. So y'all pretenders, all y'all people pretending to be something you're not, that thing ain't got nothing going on. That thing ain't got no power. That thing ain't got no protection. That thing ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to check your will. Check your will. Is your will your identity? Is your will your identity? Because if you wearing somebody else's identity, when God come by, you ain't gonna get blessed, because he gonna see that other person's identity. So you gonna get overlooked. How loud is your will? Is your will quiet? Is your will timid? Is your will shy? Baby, you was given free will, meaning think, not do, but think. Your spirit. We're going to have to get out of this flesh, living this flesh, physical. You having dreams. You're having visions. Your intuition is off the charts. You're getting downloads. A lot of y'all astro traveling. A lot of y'all astro projecting. Come on, a lot of y'all running into knowledge from ancient days. Don't even know why this stuff is on your mind. But when you look it up, every good thing that done been said to you silently, you see it written right there on a piece of paper. Right there on a piece of paper. So I'm here to check y'all today. You know what I'm saying? Because when I talk to you, what they say about that finger, when you pointing at somebody else, one point right back, I'm hearing myself. My will, what am I doing with my freedom? Am I choosing to believe the bad stuff about me? Am I choosing to believe the words coming out of somebody else's mouth because they say they don't want me, or I'm not good enough, or I should walk like this, I should talk like this, or I shouldn't say this, I'm disrespectful for saying this, I'm disrespectful for saying that, but you know you're doing it, but I'm disrespectful for saying it out loud and voicing my opinion when I'm tired of certain things. A lot of y'all are there. Speak the hell up. Don't apologize for how you feel if somebody just keep on imposing their will over yours. Sometimes you gotta make your will be a beast. Sometimes they don't stop. You just gotta say something, and then you just keep on saying something to the point where every time you say something, it ain't no respect in what you saying. That's not making you mean. That mean you really don't like the carelessness of the way these people take their will and just try to impose it on you and think because of who they are, it's okay. You don't supposed to say nothing. What is your will doing? Do your will have the freedom to speak? Do your will have the freedom to think? Stop apologizing for how you feel. It's a free will. Free will don't have no apology in it. It's free, meaning there's no bounds. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can hold it. It's the illusion from the outside that don't like how your will is. But if that is your will, baby, be true to your will. Because when I tell you, when God look into you, can he stand your taste? Can he stand your smell? Do you got a pornography going on up in there? You got Playboy Mansion going on up in there? What you got? Gangster stuff going on up in there? How many drive-bys and robberies, and how many of your brothers and sisters you gonna knock off? Is that in your book? Are you enjoying writing this novel? Because your will be read by the master willer. He gave you him. God became man so man can be God. You are a God. Think like a God. Act like a God. Feel like a God, because this is your true birthright. Your will is your birthright. Use it freely and enjoy living.